When you find yourself at the grocery store or local co-op and you're choosing which onions to purchase and bring home with you, what characteristics are you looking for? Are you influenced by color, size, organic versus conventional? Onions found in the supermarket, including the table onion, green onions, and shallots, all belong to the species Allium cepa, also known as common onion. Although more research is being carried out to determine the common onion's closest wild relatives, it is thought that this species is most closely related to the wild species Allium vavilovii. But how did there come to be such variety within one species? Humans have been selecting onions for scale color, size, disease and pest resistance, keeping quality, and of course, flavor since the advent of agriculture. Crossing Allium cepa with other wild species has also added to the diversity of traits we see in modern onions. Modern onion breeders carry out the same process to improve upon desirable traits. To learn more about the role of onion breeders in this process, we contacted Erwin Goldman, professor and head of the onion breeding program at University of Wisconsin-Madison, to ask him a few questions.
What market are you breeding for? Like conventional, commercial,
Or
no?
smaller organic markets?
Yeah, I'm doing a mix of things. I mean, traditionally what we did was develop inbred lines for the long day hybrid onion market around the world. So if you took a band of latitude from like say 35 degrees north or 35 degrees south to about 50 degrees north, 50 degrees south, those bands of latitude all the way around the globe, we were breeding inbred lines that could then be used by any breeding company, any seed company, anywhere in the world to make hybrids. Long day onion.
What traits besides day length are important in onions for this market?
Well, one of the ones that's most important is maturity because we have a pretty short growing season, and onion is a pretty long season crop. So we spent a lot of time breeding for early maturity. But besides that, I would say fusarium resistance, pink root and fusarium are the two of the biggest diseases. But botrytis is another big disease that we care about. Some of my colleagues are breeding for resistance to thrips. There's a huge problem with onion thrips right now. So obviously pest and disease resistance. We've spent a lot of time breeding for mildness. So onions that are sweeter and milder. And the reason for that is that because the consumer market really wants some sweet onions. Mm-hmm. And historically, we've not been able to grow them in the north. The only place people have been growing them are Texas and Georgia and the South, and they've been able to grow a mild onion there. So we've been spending time breeding for mildness up here. Those are some of the traits we're interested in.
And how do you propagate your onions? Like seed or set or set?
Yeah. So we do. We're breeding for the direct seeded market for the most part. But the way we do this is we plant seeds here in May. We get onion bulbs in September. Those onion bulbs go into a vernalization chamber where they get a cold treatment. We take them out in April, and then in April we're planting those onions in the bulbs in the field to produce seed the following year. So onion breeding for us is really a 2-year cycle.
I hope you have gained a greater appreciation for the thought and effort that goes into breeding the onions that are part of our daily cuisine. Next time you're in the produce aisle, be thankful for the individuals that labor and study to provide us with the very best.